Hello, everybody. This is your friendly neighbor, Lisa Foxy, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I just want to apologize in advance because you were not going to believe what happened. Um, my save file got completely corrupted. Um, when it was just weird. It was like, I know what happened, and I wish you guys got to see it. As you can see here at the beginning of this intro, that Sayori is no longer there. The choice I made for Sayori, because since the video cut off right when I was gonna share it, and not to mention it was kind of dark what happened to her, to Sayori, because it was just sad. But anyways, I mean, I even have proof of the file that I'll show you guys in a little picture here on the side in this, that it just got corrupted, like right after when what happened to Sayori. But I chose because I didn't say I love you to Sayori, and then I guess that was just too much. The reason why I didn't choose I love you, because I felt like I saw her more like a friend than a lover. I felt like to me it just came on too strong, but yeah, but I just want you to guys know about that. But today's episode, I will carry on afterwards. I started off a whole new day. Monica was like, okay, just everything all over again. So, but you guys will see from this episode. So I want to apologize again in advance that you guys didn't get to see uh, my reaction of what happened to her. I was so scared to even go in her room. I was like terrified. I was like, oh no, oh no, no, no. And but I was worse. I was just upset. I was very upset, and I wish my video could be shared to you guys truly. But I changed. Just I mean, at least I just wanted to prove to you guys this is what happened to Sayori, and she's no longer among us now. But my character has been seeing some weird stuff. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll stop talking and let you guys watch what happens ahead, because it really threw me in for a loop. That's for sure. All right, but thank you guys again, and for watching it. I really appreciate it. I'm really sorry, really sorry if you could see me just like bow my head. Like, I'm so sorry that you guys didn't get to see my reaction for what happened to Sayori after because she started crying, and it was sad. It was just so sad. But I mean, oof. That's all I have to say is oof. All right, okay. I promise this is it. I'm done. I'm done talking. Let's go on ahead and to the future me that is already ahead and dealing with Monica and the three girls. Alright. Peace, guys. Alright. And I am back, guys. I had to hit the record button again to get back in here. So that was kind of weird. My computer just froze, and it didn't like that. I had like I thought I was gonna lose everything, and I was like, well, that would be bad. So I'm back now. Alright. So I'm not too sure anything much about Yuri, but I'm just gonna make sure I save for just this. I don't think it's probably gonna matter because I don't even know if it does. But anyways. So Anxiety. Laugh. Oh, whoops, well, we got that. Explode. Judgment. Defeat. Nightgown? Art. Or here's stars. Anger? Anger is her? Interesting. Tragedy. Captive. Probably disarray. Death. Fortune. Shame. Fear. Universe. Promise. Lazy. Kink. Peaceful. Jump. Breath. Unliquid. Misery. Dark. The heck was that? I'm hearing stuff in my room. Jeez Louise. Hi again, Senpai. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, I didn't. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Whoa, what the? What? What was that? Gary, what happened to your face? What? That was weird. Thanks for keeping your promise, Senpai. I hope this isn't too overwhelming or committed for you. Making you dive head first into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa, what the? Natsuki glitching on the side, what was that about? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. For some reason, I don't know why I'm looking at this sideways. It's so weird. Maybe it's just me. But anyways. But if you don't take this seriously, then you don't see the end of it. Monica, I can't see what you're saying. You're in the way. I'm pretty sure this probably says Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the club room. I'm pretty sure that's what's being said here. I think that's Monica. I think I'm pretty sure that's okay, Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Senpai. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointing glance. Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up books to read. Well, I can't say no either way. Like you said, I'm in the club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. What? Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? It just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. Is Yuri getting closer to the screen or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, dis- despite me not reading it. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Yeah. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. What the heck? So, everything was going sideways. What? Uh, okay. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Uh, Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Ah, Yuri. But the only but that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book. That's the book that you gave me, right? Whoa, wait, what's wrong with the face? What's going on here? What's this? Why? What is going on with this face? Why? Oh my gosh, the eye is drifting away! Bruh. Uh-huh. I wanted to reread some of it. Uh, Not for any particular reasons. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book. Uh, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once, once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and related story, or relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, hmm. I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Oh. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to. Wow. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyways, I'm really into it. Uh huh. The book, I mean. The, not the thing about the limbs. That kind of that kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be nice stories, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Uh, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Senpai? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reluctant on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind of challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, uh, whoa, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyways. What the? What? Yuri! Then suddenly, what the? Whoa! I'm I'm rambling, aren't I? That was that was more than rambling. What the? Okay, not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. Whoa! What was that? What? Y- huh. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Uh, that's... Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Whoa, what the? What was that? Excuse me? I saw that. What was that? That was... You glitched there. Y- yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... Uh, what are you saying? Let's just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip to the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's... I'm sorry? It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. S Sorry. I was just bathing. Whoa, what the? Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I, I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, uh-huh. Here, this should work, right? I slid my desk until I was up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. Uh, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closed her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over to Yuri's face again, and our eyes met. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. He continued reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Alright, hold on guys, I gotta take a drink here. Ugh, okay. Had to drink something because of my throat. Alright. Instead, I just assumed that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violations. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side, as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main characters kind of remind me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really. I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about? Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Then never mind. You didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyways, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Senpai? Did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, no, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyways, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Alright, go talk to Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Senpai. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new to and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem? Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Uh-huh. Don't worry, Senpai. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Senpai. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectation low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get impressions that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lung. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. This is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure. If I know how to put it, I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, I guess I will go to Natsuki. Senpai, are you not going to take this club seriously? Then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe? That you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. I'm sorry, that's me. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. Well, we all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what, to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Wow, that glitch right there with the word next. I wonder if I should stop here and wait for the next episode for you guys. Or should I go ahead and read for Yuri? Hmm. Well, let's go ahead and do Yuri then. I'll go ahead and finish it off. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Uh, he's gonna hate me. Um, you really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Ah... Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphor indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick writing styles separated from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both styles and the impressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, as if thought it. Sorry, guys. My brain just. Okay. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills, techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Uh, um, well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Did you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? A ghost under the light. I forgot because of her cursive. The trindles, I think that's what it's saying, of my hair illuminates breath. The amber glows bathling. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlights to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light fickles, I flicker back. Man, it's been a while since I've read cursive, so. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. LOL? Wait, what? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. I agree. Eh, that's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Senpai. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and express experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh, it's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Senpai. Ah, me too. Dude. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. That music. It's as if everyone is judging me from the media core writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess That's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrow furrowed in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Senpai did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Senpai liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Senpai appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Oh boy. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew size and bigger as soon as Senpai started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Oh man, dang together. Poor Monica. Taking out your own insecurity... Whoa! Oh my god, the glitch! Your own security on others like that. You really act like a young... Look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking! You want a edgy bitch? Edgy? Sorry, that's my lifestyle. It's too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduated middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful. Or you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fudge is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Senpai hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turned towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing here. Senpai, she's, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. Oh my gosh. He started it. Oh my god. Whoa. Uh, I, uh, okay. Listen, Yuri. There. Okay, Natsuki? Yuri? Natsuki? Yuri? Oh my god, what's happening? Oh, hi. Uh, Monica? Hiya, Monica. Um, Monica. Why don't we step outside for a bit? Okay? Sorry about that. Uh, what the heck? He really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Haha, some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Aww! Natsuki, why are you crying? Aww. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palm on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki or did. Senpai, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. You know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyways, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. Y- you can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It it's not that. It's not that. I just didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Senpai. I would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Whoa, what the what? Oh my gosh! What just happened? That's that scared me. I could even read that last part. It was like, boop. Dang. Monica just went all serious mode and then, oh man. All right. I will probably end up recording another episode on top of this, but for you guys, I'm going to stop here and kind of gather my thoughts for a second. And I'm gonna make sure, of course, I save, as you guys will see that as well. But if you guys enjoyed this, please remember to hit that like button and please be sure to subscribe so that way you guys don't miss out any content. I'm sorry that there are some things I just want to blur because I don't condole that kind of the thing with the depression part. That was so weird. The whole thing was just, I was so scared for her at the same time, but I was like, oh man, because for Sayori I was like, oh man, oh, so maybe I should have said I loved her, I guess, because that's what she clearly wanted me to do this entire time. I wonder what would have happened if I did say I love her. It was a debatable thing for me, and I just felt like I wasn't feeling. I felt bad for her, but it wasn't. That wasn't, you know. But yeah. Anyways, all right. Let me stop like reasoning the logic here. But anyways, so I'll catch you guys next time. Definitely on the next Doki Doki Literature Club. This is this crazy game. It's so crazy. But we'll see what happens next. And this time I'll probably pick. I think I might pick Natsuki and see what happens. I'm just kind of curious now because I was like sticking with Yuri for a minute, and so now I want to see what happens with Natsuki. So, but that is what I'm planning to do for the next one. Little spoiler there for you guys. But anyways, till then, see you guys.